Okay, we have a Black & Decker battery charger brought in by Dean. Dean's going to tell us how to work it here for Douglas.
Okay, you go ahead and plug it in, put it on the battery, observing polarity, of course. Now this one is automatic. You don't have to choose whether or not it's a gel battery or an acid type or dry. You don't have to choose. It automatically adapts for either one. Now if you want to check out what the charge status of your battery is starting out, you hit battery voltage and it'll come on light up for you. That battery is at 12.4, and that's pretty good. Now if you should happen to have this set up on a running vehicle, it's also got alternator check. You can hit that. Picture of a little alternator comes on down in the bottom with the engine running. You should be above 13.8, just depending on what kind of system it's on. Okay. It also has an engine start feature. Has 40 amp. I'm not sure exactly. I think you have to let it charge for about 5 minutes, and then you hit the engine start. But it's in the directions. Okay, now hit charge. Okay, now what that's saying, that battery is fully charged. FLO means float charge. In other words, a fully charged battery, when it gets full, it'll say flow, and then it just starts giving it a trickle charge to keep the charge up on it and prevent the internal resistance from causing it to discharge. So it's pretty much self-explanatory.
What's the last one on our alternator?
Alternator check.
Oh yeah, we did that. What's the bottom left?
Bottom left is battery voltage. You just hit that, and that tells you. See, that thing's
jump up 13.3.
Yeah. Well, it's trickle charging it now.
Now what's better about this one than the last one?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's better?
Well, it's all automatic, except for the charge.
Now, if you got a bad one, how do you charge up a bad one? We need a bad battery. Do we have a bad battery out here?
Computer, I'm shutting down.
One bad battery coming up.
Ow.
Okay. Second battery.
See you Tuesday. Thank you so much.
Observing polarity.
I can't tell.
This looks bigger.
Okay, let's see. You have to unplug it, plug it back in to restart.
Unplug and play back.
That's when you start on a different battery. Okay, we want to check battery voltage 4.6. So we know that battery is. Now this thing requires at least 2 volts to start charging because it has to determine whether or not you have correct polarity on the battery. It will automatically tell you if you don't. It'll say leave reversed or.
Okay.
And but all right, we're going to hit charge and see if it starts taking its charge. And of course it's taking over about 15.5 amps. And it is putting a charge on it.
Good night, guys. See you Tuesday. Good night. Bye. Have a good weekend.
If this battery is bad, it will give you a fault code. I can't remember what they are right off, but I'm pretty sure they're the same as what's on the other one, the other Black & Decker. But you can use these to check and make sure you don't have a shorted battery. An open battery won't burn a charger up.
The big charger is not going again. I need you to look at it. It might have burned up again.
Oh, you're talking about the
The gain charger.
Okay, all right. But
So what's it do here? It'll come down.
Yeah, it's the amperage is coming down as the charge goes up. The amperage is going to come down. That does it automatically, and that prevents it from boiling the acid. After the acid gets so many electrons in it, and it starts getting overloaded, and you start forcing them in there, then it's going to boil over. So you can see it's automatically adjusted. I wish that light would stay on longer, but
What light?
This thing, this display, it turns that off so your display lasts longer.
Mm-hmm. That's amp it's sweet now.
Yeah.
Is this a charge button you have to push over there?
Yeah, that starts charging the battery. Yeah.
Can't catch that.
And
Mike's on the road.
Hello?
I'm pretty sure this also has a. If you got a battery that's sulfated, let's see, is that book in there? They call it reconditioning, but
well, the other one did sulfate too, or it had a sulfate?
Yeah, it did. But this one, and you have to choose now if you want to try to bring it back. Then, if after it's sulfated, most of them will get pretty much sulfated after they sit with about a year with no charge or anything on them, and then they get down below 9 volts, they'll start to sulfate. Let's see. 04. Okay.
So that must be a good battery, doesn't it?
Huh?
It must be a good battery.
Well, it'll tell you. It's gonna through the digital system here. It's gonna tell you whether or not that it's taking the charge properly. If it determines after it charges it a while that it's not accepting the charge, then it'll give you a fault code. And right here it's F04. That's in Spanish. Just a minute. Damn it. They got them in Italian and everything else anymore. Let's see. Okay. It clicked off. Now that may be the thermal. And it can't be
Charged.
So now see it's kicking back on. It's what it's doing is cooling itself. See if I can find those fault codes. Well, when in doubt, go to the index. I don't see any. Okay.
I guess this would be continued later.
Huh?
We're getting along on our video. So there's a fault code in the book, just like the other book does. Go from there, closing out.
Okay.
8:15:15.
Following digital readout F04. The clamp icons, arrow icons, battery icon, and gauge without the pointer light will sound. Okay, let me I didn't get that whole